Yes, I hope I'm audible to all of you, right? Yeah. Listen, in the last class, we are solving the question number 11. So what is question number 11? A simple thing, we kept a conductor where in the magnetic field and this conductor is moving, okay, with a velocity v, that's as shown in the diagram. Okay, now the question is, what is the potential, means positive potential or negative potential of it? So what potential you're going to get? Okay, positive or negative? That's the question now in the 11th. Now, simple thing, we have given the explanation to you in the last class. We need to find out a lot of force, magnetic force, F equal to Q times of V cross B. Okay, so now there is a force. In what direction we are going to find now? I cross J. So this is what now? This is taken as what now? I. And this is what now? Magnetic field is in what direction now? It is into the board, right? Okay, it is what direction now? See, magnetic field is into the board. So Z axis is out of the board. It is into the board. Means magnetic field I took here. No, it is minus actually. Okay, so since it is minus, it will become what now? Negative sign. So it will become actually now negative sign will come outside. So become Q V B J cap. Means the force is going to act. Okay, since the force is going to act along what direction? Along J direction. So electron will start moving like this. As electron moving like this is become negative terminal and this A become positive terminal. Okay, one explanation. Other explanation by using this right hand rule. Right hand palm rule. So simple, we are going to hold your fingers and along the direction of velocity and we are going to bend into the direction of what now? Into the direction of magnetic field. So what will happen? Thumb is indicating upward direction, means force is upward direction. Since force is upward direction, electron will start moving up. So A is get positive potential, B get negative potential. So here end A is going to get what now? Positively charged. Okay, end A is what now? So answer is what now? This. So end A is get positively charged, negatively charged what now? And B is negatively charged. So these two are not correct options. So we cannot use them. Okay. So the question number 11 is clear. Okay. So next we'll go for next question. Question number 12. Look at now, a metallic ring is held horizontally. So now we're going to hold horizontally a metallic ring like this. There is a metallic ring. So it is in horizontal plane. You need to imagine like, and a bar magnet is dropped through the ring with its length along the axis of the ring. Now, where is the axis of the ring now? Okay, let me take axis of the ring. The axis of the ring is like this. This is what now? Axis of the ring. So now we are going to have a what now? Bar magnet. It is going to fall along the axis of the ring. Let us have a bar magnet like this. It is going to fall along like this, along the axis of a loop. Then they're asking acceleration due to gravity. Acceleration of falling magnet is how much? Is it equal to g, less than g, more than g? Depends on diameter of the ring and length of the magnet. Now look at here. As look at say now, if it is a north pole, as it start moving towards, what will happen? As the flux is go on linked with the this coil is go on increases. As increases, what will happen? There is a induced EMF and induced current. This induced current will do what now? Will try to oppose the motion as per Lenz's law. So what will happen? As it is falling initially freely, so there is a opposite force is there. So this ring, as you look from upper surface, it act like a north pole. What will happen? It will start repelling. So what will happen? It is going to fall less than g. Okay, uppercase. Now it is going to pass through, and here it will come now. As it come down here, and still it is moving downward, right? So this is south pole or this is north pole. Now what will happen? As it is moving out of the ring, what will happen? Flux is changing again. As flux changes, okay, now flux is decreasing. there is a flux change in flux. Because of change in flux, what now? There is an induced EMF. It what now? It will always what now? It will always try to oppose the flux. Means what now? If flux is increasing, magnetic flux, it try to decrease. If flux is decreasing, it try to increase. This thing will be done. Now as it moving down, the now bottom surface act like what now? Bottom surface act like south pole here. So not south pole. It act like still act like north pole now. It's trying to attract again now. It's trying to attract again. In this case also, it's going to fall is less than G. So in the, when this entering and leaving, in both the cases, as per Lenz law, that acceleration is always what now? Less than G. So what is the option now here? This is the option as per what now? As per Lenz law. Why? Because it is always induced current what now? Induced current always opposes the change in flux. If flux is increasing, it will try to decrease. If flux is decreasing, try to increase. So now initial case flux is increasing, try to decrease, no, act like north pole. But in second case, and it's falling down, flux is decreasing, it need to increase means it will attract back. So it is act like what now? Again in north pole from back side, it will try to attract it. Okay, so always less than G when it is passing through it. Sir, what exactly at the middle now? If it is exactly at the middle, there is no flux change. Okay, since there is no flux change, it is going to fall with the G at the middle. But here they didn't ask you at the middle, so it is less than G. Okay, so it never be greater than G, and it never depends on diameter of the ring. It never depends on diameter of the ring. Okay, it never be more than G. That's clear. Okay, so have a look at the next question now. Question number 13. I think I'm audible properly, right? And the PPT, what I'm showing, visible to all of you, right? Lakshmi? Lakshmi, the PPT is visible? Okay, yeah. Whenever current is changed in a coil, the induced EMF produced in a same coil, this property is what we call. What we call this property? Whenever there is a change in current, will give us the EMF in the same coil, what we call self-inductance. Okay, what do we call that? Self-inductance. So then what is mutual inductance then? So change in flux in one coil will give us a EMF in other coil. Okay. Change in flux in one coil gives EMF in another coil is what we call mutual induction. Self-inductance means same coil. Okay, now sir, what about the eddy current? Eddy current means what? The circular current, or eddy current means circular current. Circular current produced in a metal plate when it is set to oscillate in magnetic field. So in a magnetic field, if it is oscillating, if there is a current is going to produce, that is what we call eddy current. It will be in a circular shape. That's the reason we call eddies. Okay, eddy current. Sir, what about the hysteresis? Hysteresis is the concept of what? No, when you kept any ferromagnetic material under the cycle of what now? Increase in magnetic flux and decrease in magnetic flux. That's what we call hysteresis here. So now it is what we call BH curve will come. That magnetic flux go on increases means as we keep a ferromagnetic material in a magnetizing field, as we start increasing magnetizing field, what will happen? The magnetic field will go on increases. This will curve will go like this. This curve will come like this. So that is what we call BH curve. That is hysteresis. Hysteresis is basically lag. Hysteresis is another meaning of lag. Means it is lagging back. So that's a different concept now. So this is about what now? Question number 13. So here we cover how many? 4 questions. Yes or no? So we got to know what is self-inductance. We got to know what is mutual induction. Eddy current means what? Hysteresis means what? Okay. Yes. Next, for this question, answer is what now? B. B option is the right answer for a given question. Look at the question number 14 now. When a current I passes through an inductor of self-inductance here, the energy in it will be half Li square. So this stored energy is what now? So energy stored in inductor will be given by what formula? Half Li square. This will be magnetic potential energy. What type of energy? Magnetic potential energy. This is. So in the form of what now? Magnetic field. In the case of electric field, where it is in a capacitor. So their energy stored is how much? Half CV square. It never be current, it never be voltage. So in the case of capacitor, it is half CV square. Okay, in the case of inductor, half Li square. Here it is in the form of electric field. In the case of inductor, it is the form of what now? Magnetic field. So option is what now? Which option is correct? 14. C option is correct answer. Okay. Look at the next question now. In series combination of L R connected to a battery of EMF E is having a negligible internal resistance. The final value of E depends on. Now we have an inductor and resistor. These two connected to a battery. Okay, let us say in series combination. Inductor, resistor, inductor of inductance cell, resistor of resistance cell are connected to a battery of EMF E. Okay, let's say EMF. Let's say EMF E. Having a negligible internal resistance, let's say that is equal to what now? R is equal to 0. In the question is clearly given negligible internal resistance. Okay, now connected. Now for EMF means potential drop is how much along the inductor that we know. E equal to minus L into di by dt, and along this E equal to I times of R. Yes or no? These things we know. And we are connected what type of supply here? DC supply. I means current is remains constant, right? Current is remains constant. Now potential drop across what now? Potential drop across inductor. How much now? That is what we're taken minus L times of di by dt. I is constant. So this will become 0, right? So there is no induced EMF in the case of what? No, inductor. Then tell me the final value of current depends on what and what now? Resistor and the battery, right? Because there is no EMF here. So it depends on what now? It depends on E and R. Is it clear? Because this we proved this one. E equal to minus L into d phi by dt. How? So L equal to, not L equal to, phi equal to L times of phi. From Faraday's law, E equal to minus d phi by dt. So it is minus d by dt of phi means L times of phi. So L is constant, we take it outside, minus L into di by dt. That is the induced EMF in a what now? In an inductor, in a Faraday law. This is what we call coefficient of self-induction or coefficient of coefficient of self-induction or self-inductance. Okay, the word should be important. If you want to call just simple name, self-inductance, completely coefficient of self-induction. Okay, the final value of current depends on what now? Depends on EMF of the battery and the resistance of the given resistor. Okay, yes. Next. Now look at here, two pure inductors, each of self-inductance here are connected parallel. Okay, now we have taken two inductors. They are connected like this, parallel combination. and they are well separated. Okay, they are well separated in the diagram even from each other. Then what is the total inductance they ask? See here, students, there is a derivation is there. Simple derivation is there, but I am not suggesting a derivation. Just remember resistors. Okay, when two resistors connected in series combination and parallel combination. In series, what we get? Two resistor RS equal to R1 plus R2, right? In parallel combination, what we get? RP equal to R1 R2 by R1 plus R2, right? Same thing you apply in the case of inductor also. When two inductors connected in what? No, not only two, any number. Okay, just I shown for two for any number. Same. You just remember parallel combination, series combination of resistors. Same thing you apply now. There are two inductors L and L connected in what combination now? Parallel combination. When they're equal, so it will become what now? It will become R by 2, right? Yes or no? As we know, parallel combination RP equal to R by N. Similarly here, what will become? LP parallel combination is equal to what now? So L divided by how many are there? 2 are there, L by 2. That's how you can use this formula also. LP equal to L1, L2 divided by L1 plus L2. It will become L square by 2L. So it will become L by 2. Sir, what if they given two inductors? Parallel combination, series combination, L and L. Now, what is the effective inductance of the combination? Just simply L equal to 2 times of L. Addition, series combination, addition. So this answer for series, this answer for parallel combination. Okay, that's the thing you need to remember. Okay, because again there the inductance is there using the energy formula, EMF formula, which formula E equal to minus L into di by dt. I can use this formula and I can derive this equation. This equation what we call 1 by LP equal to 1 by L1 plus 1 by L2 plus 1 by L3 plus so on. Okay, if it is series combination, LS equal to L1 plus L2 plus L3 plus so on, but not required. Since we are already very well known with the registers, we copy same thing, but we need to save a time now. Okay, is it clear? This question is clear. If the given series combination, how to do, and if the given parallel combination, how to do. Okay, yes. Look at next question now. Here, question number 17. Okay, question number 17 is saying that two coils of self-inductance L1 and L2 are placed so close together that effective flux of one coil is completely linked with what now another coil. If M is a mutual inductance between them, then what is the formula or what is the relation between self-inductance and mutual inductance? That's the question they ask. Okay, what is the relation between self-inductance and mutual inductance they ask. Now, in the first case, self-inductance, there is a EMF, right? How much is the EMF now? Let's say E1, that is a minus L into di by dt. That is the first, no? First one. So it is the first inductor, right? L1. Okay. One sec. Yes. For second one, EMF 2 equal to minus L2 into di2 by dt. That we know. Okay, what is the formula for mutual inductance? Okay, and again we know EMF equal to what now? Mutual inductance multiplied by di by dt, right? That we know, right? That we know. So there are two coils are there. So then I can write now M equal to E by di by dt. Okay, so this I'm going to write like this now. This M equal to di by dt we got to know. So then M square can I say like this? Means like if you're taken like what we say now, a mutual inductance of first coil with respect to second coil, or mutual inductance of second coil with respect to first coil. that I'm going to take. If I take like this, then I can take this one as mutual inductance of first coil M12 is equal to M21 is equal to M. So if I take now mutual inductance of first coil with respect to second coil, okay, it will become E1 di1. Mutual inductance of second coil with respect to first coil become what now? E2 di2 by dt. So if I multiply these two, it will become M21 into M12 equal to E1 divided by di1 by dt multiplied by E2 divided by di2 by dt. Do you agree with this? Both are the equal, right? We have taken. So it will become what now? It will become M square equal to. So first one, E1 divided by di1 by dt. From this equation, can I say minus L1? From this equation, can I say minus L2? So minus into minus become what now, sir? Plus. Okay, minus into minus become plus. Here also, actually, if you take negative sign here also. But negative into negative multiply become positive. So it will become what now? M square become what now? L1 into L2. Then I can say here, M equal to what now? Square root of L1 times L2. Okay, so that's a relation now. Here we have a relation. Option D is the right answer. Okay. There is a one more concept will come here, coupling constant. Okay, there is a one more concept will come, coupling constant will come. So I will not go for that, not required for as it is. Okay, so you got to know relation between mutual induction, mutual inductance and self-inductance. So this is a relation between these two. M equal to root of L1, L2. So is that clear to all of you now this relation? How do you get from this formula? Or you can get even from this way also, like what you know. Okay, self-inductance L1 is equal to mu naught N1 square area into length. L2 is mu naught N2 square area into L. So mutual inductance M is given by mu naught N1 N2 area into L. Okay, by simplifying this, you can even get like this. Okay, so if I'm going to put the value of L1 and L2, and I want to multiply L1, L2, okay, and I'm going to simplify that, and I'm going to get even that option also is possible, that also is allowed. You can even do like this way also. Mu naught n square, okay, mutual induction mu naught n1 n2 a into L. Okay, if you multiply L1 and L2, L1 and L2, this is become what now? Mu naught square n1 square n2 square area square L square. So if you square this equation, it will become M square, right? M square equal to mu naught square n1 square n2 square area square length square. Now look at this equation and this equation. Left hand side is different, but right hand side is same. Then I can write now M square equal to L1 L2, then M equal to square root of L1 L2. Okay, this also you can use to get the relation between them. Okay, anyone, but this is the relation you should remember. Okay, question number 17 that is. Next, look at now a coil of resistance R and inductance L. So there is a coil of resistance R and inductance is given there, is connected to a battery of EMF E volt. Then what is the final value of current? Now, like if I take series combination, there is a resistor and there is an inductor connected to a battery of EMF E volt. Okay, then the final value of current asking. So as we have in the previous question we have solved already, the final value of current depends on two things. One is EMF of the battery and resistance. Only these two. Okay, it does not depend on no inductance. It does not depend on inductance. Now there is a inductance is in the equation, so it is wrong. There is here inductor is there, wrong it is. There is here inductor is there, wrong it is. So this is the right answer. So it does not depend on inductor means no need to go for calculation. Inductor should not be there. That's it. So here also inductance is there, here also is there, here also is there. What's the point of the discussing now? To derive the equation. No, not required. It depends on only E and R, means the equation, final equation must contain E and R. Only E and R. So this is our right answer. Okay. Yes. Question number 19. Inductor may store energy. Okay. Question number 19. What now? Inductor may store energy. Of course, already we have discussed. It is in the magnetic field, right? Capacitor, electric field, inductor, magnetic field. Okay, now which is the following unit denotes dimension m l square by q. So this is the dimension given to us, m l square by q square, where q denote electric charge. Okay, q square, where q denotes what now? Electric charge. Now which quantity is right answer? We need to find out. That's the option for us now. That's the question is given to us. Now tell me how we can find out now. It should be what now? M L square by Q square. Mass, length, and the charge. Okay. So look at now. Basically, we should look at the options now. These units are indicating what and all factors. Henry. Henry indicating either inductor or what now? Mutual inductance or self-inductance. Okay, that's correct. Weber. Weber is indicating what now? Magnetic flux. That's correct, we know. Weber per meter square indicating magnetic field. Henry per meter square, we didn't even encounter this Henry per meter square. Okay, so now look at now in these three, one option should be there now for this dimension. Now look at dimension of one by one now. Magnetic field dimension I should find out now. So I'm going to use a simple formula, F equal to BQV. Okay, so B equal to F by QV. So F means we know M formula L T power minus 2. Yes or no? Because kg meter per second square. Q we are going to Q as it is because I given Q as it is, charge as it is. Velocity is again what now? M L. Okay, M power 0 L T to the power of minus 1. Now if I simplify, M will be there as it is. And no need to simplify. We need to get Q square in the denominator. Here Q square is not there. So this is done. This is the wrong answer. Look at now second option. Henry is given. What is the formula for Henry? Okay. Flux is equal to, can we use this formula L times of I? Okay, if I use this formula, so I want inductance now, L equal to magnetic flux by I. So magnetic flux means what? B times of E divided by current is what now? Q times of T. So it will become what now? B times of A into T divided by Q. So B, let us insert the value of B. So let us simplify before the equation to get a B value. So M, L and L is going to cancel. T square, okay, it is T power minus 1 divided by Q is there. So I'm going to use here. So M T power minus 1, Q power minus 1. Okay, B into area. Yes or no? It is L square into time T divided by Q. Now M is there. I'll keep M as it is. So Q square will come. Okay, Q will come down. It will become Q square. Now what is left over now? Time is left. Time is going to cancel, right? This is T power minus 1, T power plus 1. What is left? L square is left. So we got now. We get it right. So M L square by Q square. So this is the right answer. Okay, whenever a unit are given to you like this, please find out those units are for what quantity, what physical quantity these units are representing. Then find out the dimension of those that will match. Okay, that's it done. So this is the right answer. So Henry is the right answer for question number 20. Okay, let's go for next question now. Question number 21. If n is a number of turns in a coil, then the value of self-inductance varies. What is the formula for self-inductance? L equal to mu naught n square A times of L, where n is what now? Number of turns. So what is the formula for number of turns? N by L. So if I insert the value, it will become L equal to mu naught N square A L divided by L square. L is going to cancel one time. L equal to what now? Mu naught N square A divided by L. So now, since they are asking only term L, so I can write L is proportional to what now? N square. So what is the option? C is an option. L is proportional to L square. Okay, is that clear? Sir, what if they ask for mutual induction? So just formula M equal to mu naught N1 N2 A into L. So it will become what now? N1 is N1 by L. N2 is N2 by L. So we are going to take now mu naught N1 N2 A L divided by, it will become L square. So that case, it is mu naught N1 N2 A L. L is going to cancel divided by 1. So in case, M is proportional to product of N1 and N2. Number of turns, product. Okay, this is in the case of what now? Mutual inductance if they give. Okay, you should think in this way. What are all possible ways? Okay, so next thing, look at the question number 22nd. Again, a question number 22nd is asking the SI unit of inductance. The Henry can be written as Henry. We can write in what and all form we can represent that we need to find out now. So SI unit of inductance is what? Henry. Henry is the inductance unit. So what is the formula for inductance now? One by one. So as of now, I told you L times of I will give us magnetic flux. So L equal to magnetic flux per current. So magnetic flux is what now? Weber. Current is ampere. So I can write this unit as Weber per ampere. So that is one correct answer. So this is the right answer. It is. That is the right answer. Okay, sir. What if another unit? So if I go for energy of an inductor, energy stored in the inductor. What is the formula for energy stored in the inductor? E equal to half L I square, right? Okay. So half L I square. Look at now L I what? L equal to 2 times of U by I square. Okay, 2 is constant. U means energy, that is energy in joule. Here the current is an ampere, so ampere square. So this I can write now joule per ampere square. So it is there. This is also right answer. See here, by guessing two things, you can write the answer now. What is the right answer now? D is the right answer. Because in the given question, you need to select only one option. Here already two answers we got. So last option is given all of this. This must be there. Okay, B must be there. So there will be a B must be there. How can we get B then? Simple thing. What is the formula for induced EMF? E equal to minus L times of di by dt, right? So then L I want. It is minus E by di by dt. Now E means volt divided by current is ampere, time is second, ampere per second. So this, if I take a numerator, voltage, second will come to numerator, second per ampere. This is also right answer. So all these are units of what? Now units of inductance, that is Henry alternative way. So how can you remember these questions? If you know the formulas, put the formulas and you start solving the formulas. So you get the units. Different formula will give a different unit. Like this, what I've taken now. So it will be like, even you can take now inductance L equal to mu naught N square A times of L. You can use this formula even. Okay, you'll get one more unit. And mu naught is what now? Permeability. So that is the one more unit we'll give. I'm going to get. Okay, so you need to have the formula in a strong base. Okay. Yes. Now look at the question number 23 now. Two coils are placed close to each other. The mutual inductance of pair of coils different. So they're asking again what now? Mutual inductance EM. What is the formula? Mu naught N1 N2 area of the smaller coil multiplied by length. Okay, so here, so look at now relative position and orientation of two coils. The first option is given to us. Okay, question number 23 we are discussing. First option is given to us relative position and orientation. Of course, depends. It depends on relative position, orientation, position, how far they are, very close they are, like that depends. So it is right answer. But look at the remaining options also. Material are the varied. Anywhere in this equation, material is there, no? About the material, no. So this is wrong answer. Current in a coil, anywhere current is there, no. Rate at which current is going to change, anywhere here change in the current, no. So if these three options wrong means one must be the right answer, that is first option. Okay, it depends on what now, relative position and orientation of two coils. How far we kept, that's also matter, and how we kept, that's also matter, because it is going to link the flux with another coil. Okay, yes. Okay, so now have a look at the next question. Okay, let me 1 second.